Yes, all, very, very good evening, and I wholeheartedly welcome you all for Enlightened Educators. And actually, as I had mentioned and discussed, that I'd be starting with active classes for the whole corporate as well as government exam. So, today we are discussing regarding the question paper of RBI Assistant. So, this is the next exam that's coming up. So, I'm also into this exam. So, yeah, so what happens is actually so I had some good strategies that I thought of following it and sharing it to you people so that we would be learning together and moving forward together. So discussing all things with you all, it helps me a lot in scoring some good result, and I thought so I just wanted to share all things with you right away. So it is just like a learning process, okay, not just kind of things. It's just a learning process that we and you come up with together. So yeah, so actually I just analyzed the whole paper of this RBI, like in a just simpler term. One thing we found out was this has only three sections, that is English, quantitative aptitude, as well as the reasoning. So actually what happens is in each and every exam what we take, so I wanted to tell one thing is that we have many sections in the exam. So specifically in the exam, say RRB and SSC examination, we'll be having sections regarding general knowledge, general science and computer awareness. But here we don't have it. Okay, so that is not a big problem for you at all, because learning GK takes a lot of time. You have to check with many various resources, right? There's not one single resources that help you out. Okay, Lucent GK is there. That's the best book, I understand. But on what topic questions they give, we don't know. We can't even predict and tell. Some topics we can predict, say for example, from the Constitution of India, or what I can say from the that is the preamble, and from the directive principles, and also from the dance form, and the singing and painting forms, and the temples, and the movements whatever they've done, and the what I can say about the wars, about the dynasty kings, etc. So all this we can just generalize, but we don't know from which part. In the sense, there are many kings out there, Mauryan dynasty, I don't know, Ashoka, and many other kings out are there. I don't know, you can see from dance forms, you can't tell anything, because dance forms, a lot of dance forms from each and every state. That too, you have to even consider with respect to the various dance forms from the various states, like say different states, and even the singing also, and even with the dams, rivers, and all others like that. So but you don't know from which state you get it. You can't predict that I am from Karnataka, I get it from Karnataka state, all the things itself. No, it's a whole Indian. So I have to learn all the things from Indian. So that problem you don't have right now. So this is one important major thing that I have to tell. And as I've been in practice from so many months, knowing some good things regarding all these topics, so I just thought of coming up with a very good important information with you all, that I will be starting with teaching for government exams also, along with corporate also. So whatever I would be learning, I'll be sharing it to you all the insights, so that it's very good to understand. Okay, so I would be also learning new things every day, because it's not that we know everything and we would be doing it at every day. We learn a lot. Learning is a never ending journey, and we learn a lot, and we see things a lot, right? So that is what you have to learn every day. You have to understand every day. Without learning and understanding, nothing goes with these exams. And these exams are also basically, if you consider Indian exams, like say banking, RBI, and SSC and insurance exams and all. So those all will be completely considered as all over India, and also category comes into existence, and you also have to check with the category, the marks, the cutoff, all these things comes into existence, and we have to satisfy all this. Railways I'm not considering with this category, because railways is separate, and railways is only considered with respect to the zone, not the whole all over India. So in zone we can easily identify how many people have applied and how much marks we get under. So we are starting with this good new journey with you all. So I'm completely doing this in English because I can also do it in Kannada. I'm not Bodo, but one main thing is if anybody is not knowing Kannada, or if anybody from other states is checking out, let they be more comfortable with English. At least they understand English. Anta, I thought of doing this. So I hope you all can understand. Just a basic English, I'll be using it out. Not too much complexity, so that I don't want them to make much complex. Let's start with this. Before starting with this, please do remember, as I told it to you in the last no very last sessions, that there is a negative marking of 0.25 out here, so 1 by 4. So what is the matter is, you are not supposed to attend everything here. Okay, if you have a good practice, like say I'm very much comfortable with all these sorts of things, and then you're supposed to do work with all the questions in the exam, or else you will not be working it in your exam. If you work any unknown questions in the exam, if that is going to be a wrong question, then you will lose 0.25, wherein that 0.25 gets subtracted with your correct answers also. I also mentioned, right, if you get some 50 marks out of 100 and if 50 is wrong, so that 50 marks which is wrong, that one question decreases to minus 0.25. So you can directly take 50 into 0.25, then what value you get, that will be once again subtracted from your 50 marks that you got it correctly, right? So that should not happen to you. If you want to pass all these exams, the one best thing I got is that we should not attempt everything. Okay, this is one lesson I learned. This is one lesson I learned. And while planning should be a very good planning, so that we don't need to get into any trouble in the planning. So right now English is quite good, not that bad, but where you have to look at English, Andre, in the English we are supposed to just look at with the dictionary, because say for example, if they ask you any new words which you don't know, and they might be saying that you have to tell whether this word is correct or there's a spelling mistake with this word, incorrect or spelling mistake. Say for example, you can see here, the sentence is divided into 4 parts. Choose the part of the sentence which may contain a grammatical error. If all the parts of the sentence are grammatically correct and contextually meaningful, choose option no error as their answer choice. Okay. So in this, they have given a sentence and they're supposed to tell, is there any error in the part of a sentence? Like this, what they do is they'll ask you one for a word. Say for example, see here, this is the same thing, but the words are highlighted. You should check whether the spellings of these words are correct, or whether this word is completely wrong. Wrong in the sense, it is actually, if spelling is correct, the word is correct. But I am telling with respect to the context, whether this word is completely correct. Okay, you have to check with all the cases and say that this word is completely correct with respect to the sentence. This word can be used in a sentence or else it is not, Anta. Fine, this is one important thing. Okay, so in this part, so you can see there are many new words. Let's say here, see, unfurled, furled, and you can see here regarding the criticism, you all know criticism, and tranquil also, you know, the for tranquil, like that. So you'll get lot of good words which is very new to you. And even in the passage part also, passage parts might find you difficult because passage takes a lot of time. So I kindly request you to attempt all other question and come back to passage. If you are seeing a passage question in your exam, so the next 5 or 6 question will be the passage questions itself. Don't just look at that. Just to come back to, what I can say, the other questions, at least keep some 10 minutes of time, because all other topics you can attempt easily, not an issue. For passage, you can give some 8 or 10 minutes of time. Read the passage properly, identify the things and answer. You all know passage writing, have done it in a 10th standard and in a PUC and in schoolings also. But one thing I wanted to tell is passage writing will take a lot of time. Reading will take a lot of time. And also passage, like say, what I want to tell in passages, if they ask you any word and say that find out the synonym of that particular word, Anta, and if they give you 4 words which is you even don't know, then that will be a problem for you. Okay, so that's why dictionary, you should learn dictionary. Even I also have to start with. So that is what I found it out, because in English there are lots of new words which you even don't know, but that means the same in the sense that, for example, you will be using it in your day-to-day words, okay, but these words are becoming upgraded, right? Whatever the words we use in our day-to-day life, just in the basic English, those words only are getting upgraded. So what we can do is, I also had got a good thought, like say if we can, take up the words that we use in the day-to-day life and how it has been upgraded, or what now they're using. And so if you learn that much is sufficient, so you can also do like that. And then this is what is the problem happening. And please, it's not mandatory to attend all the questions. If you don't know regarding here, if you say, for example, given some synonyms, okay, synonyms here only you can see, choose the word that is most similar meaning to the highlighted word project given in the project as given in the passage. So project in the sense, what is a project. So project in the sense that what thing that we do, or what work that we do, we say it as project. In project context in your colleges or in anywhere the company you do, that is a project. So means they give you some work, you're supposed to do it, that they name it as a project. But here you can see that it's undertaking, conceal, objective, examine and capture. These are all, I hope, part of a project. Like you undertake a project, you in the project, for example, if any engineering students are there, in a project we do an objective and we examine things in a project, we capture things in a project in the sense, if you're going deep with respect to any of the working, like say any of the research in the project. So for that research you do examine, capture and all. So in this kind of question, what you're supposed to do is you have to go to the passage, check where the project is and what that sentence is telling. According to that you have to find the meaning here. You should not find out the general meaning of project, which is not a good one. Okay, general meaning of project anta look ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, they have not asked you anywhere. You are supposed to do is that you have to go to the context, check in the context, you have to see through whether where is the project in the context and for what sentence that word is being given, and where I have to, see that word, said statement, complete statement where the project is there and what does that mean. Okay, like that you have to find out and mark the answers here. Okay, so this is what is the thing, and this is all words are highlighted. We will not even check it out in a brief way. Yelly highlight agirutte, there you can check it out and move forward. Okay. Yes, and in the English also there, as we discussed in the first case, we had the syllabus of regarding the some statements was there wherein we have to check with the wrong part of that particular statement. So here there are statements named as A. Complete statement is that they divided into parts named as A, B, C, D, and you have to say if any of the part is wrong. If this is wrong, if A is wrong or B is wrong or C is wrong, then you have to tell which one is wrong. Or else if everything is correct and if the whole statement is right with respect to grammatical English grammatical thing, it is okay that you have to put no error. Okay, no error. When it comes no error will come when all these are correct. Okay, and in the same way that given some words and you have to say whether that word spelling is spelling mistake ಏನಾರಾಗಿತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ whether that word is not suiting the statement. Okay, you should check whether the spelling of these words that has been highlighted is wrong or whether that word is not suiting the statement. You have to check with this out. Fine. And then this is a passage. The third one is a passage. And the fourth one is you're supposed to fill up the blanks. Fill up the blanks are supposed to check with all the cases, adverbs, adjectives and all others. Say given for example, biosphere reserves are dash for the future of the planet. It is vital for the future of the planet. Vital is what? Vital means it is very much necessary. So like that you have to check. What is the statement telling? See, biosphere reserves are for the dash for the future of our planet. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ. When it is telling it is much important or it is much needed, then the most suitable word that we can add is a vital, right? Like that you have to check what things. So these three are the one which we have got. This is from the question paper 2023, students. 2023 only this exam was conducted, and right away now they are conducting the exam. 2 years no exams was conducted. Okay. And in the quantitative aptitude, let's come with quantitative aptitude. So English will discuss lots of things, what is there and what and all not is there. And I'll be telling you the criteria for passing also, because this was what I had known from many of the government exams, because I understand how well negative marking affects our marks and stuff. So I don't want that to happen with you all guys. Okay, if anybody is attempting for RBI exams from the Bangalore, from the whole Karnataka, and if anybody others also is attempting from other states also, not a problem. Please do listen to this, and please do make sure that you try to abide as much as possible. Let's work it out together and clear the exam. What I needed is I need a small support from your side, because I couldn't create another YouTube channel for the same. I thought of making it, but I couldn't. So this YouTube channel I'm only handling for these kinds of videos also. And if anybody is also working out for placements, you're most welcome to watch this, because if you know more, then it is very good and well for you. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಬಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತೀರಾ ಅಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಎಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಮಾಡೋ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿ ಓದ್ತಾರಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬರ್ಸ್ ಈಗ ಬಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನೇ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ವಾಚ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಹೆಸಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಇದು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮು ನಮಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ನೀವೆಷ್ಟು ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜಬಲ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಪ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ನ ನೀವು ಸಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಅಷ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯವರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರಶಂಸೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸು. ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇರೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಾಚ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಫೇಲ್. Okay, and I also need all the subscription students who are practicing for government exams. So I'll be doing lots of videos like this, so please do support us a lot. And along with ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ, ಸೊ ನಾನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಬಿದು ಕೂಡ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬರೀ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಿ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಬಿದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ forget to like, share and subscribe, and share it to many of your friends who are studying government exams, so that it helps them a lot. We are working out for each and every examination that's coming into existence in the future. So this is currently, as RBI is happening, we are here with this exam. Okay. Yeah, so here this is a quadratic equation question. This is very easy, you can attempt. I'm telling you here directly which you can attempt and which you cannot. Actually, it's my perspective. If you are feeling any subject as easy in this particular, any topic as easy in this particular, I kindly request you to please to work it out that. Okay, you can let's say everybody's perspective is different with respect to mathematics. Some say this topic is easy and some say that topic is easy, this is difficult and all. So it is all of your perspective, but what I tell is you can just according to how the questions come and according to how the formula is, according to the complexity I'm just telling, you can just follow according to this. Or if you find comfortable in any of the topic which I tell it as difficult, you're most welcome to follow, because perspective, everybody's perspective is different and nobody's perspective can be the same as others. It is 100% known. Okay, and this is the quadratic equation question. You can solve it easily. I'll teach you how to do it. So we'll take all the easiest questions first and clear it off, so that nobody will get afraid and fear. Okay, and this is the data interpretation. For data interpretation, I say that you need concepts like percentage, profit and loss, simple and compound interest, ratio and proportion, averages. These concepts you need to know. If you know these concepts from the data, you can solve the questions. If you can see the question here, find the ratio of the number of accounts opened by A and B together in January to the number of accounts opened by D in March. So this is completely ratio and proportion. And here if you can see that in branch X, the total number of accounts opened in month of March is 25% more than the number of accounts opened by D in month of April. Find the sum of the accounts opened by X in the month March and the number of accounts C or number of accounts opened by C in the month of February. So these are the questions that you are encountering with respect to the topics. That is what I can say. This is completely percentage topic, right? Percentage mail on the question of that. And here you can see the difference. Okay, difference you can do it easily. If sum is asked, difference is asked. If they ask you the average, averages also is you can take. For example, if they ask you the average with respect to A, complete A in the month of Jan, February, March and April, you can add this, divide by 4. That's not a big deal. Okay, yeah, see, this is percentage topic. See, number of accounts opened by C in the month of April is what percentage? More or less than the number of accounts opened by D in January. So if we can just normally subtract a CLA in the month of April, it is 40. Fine. And in the month of D in January, it is 25. So it is actually by the values only you can see that it is percentage less itself, because 40 is more than 25 Allah. So it is percentage less. So more is not at all valid out here. Okay. So here you have to find what percentage less. So you can directly subtract and say that 40 minus 25 will be how much? 40 minus 25 will be 15. Correct? 15, but they are asking what percentage. So I have to find it out in terms of percentage. So that is why I told, if you know all these topics, your DI will be easy. Okay, that is what the things needed. So DI is not complex. Daivid please understand, DI is not a complex thing. If you know all the quantitative aptitude concepts like average, simple and compound interest, they might ask in some questions, it's included along with the ratio and proportion and percentages and averages. You people are the very luckiest to solve this DI without any hustles. Okay, yes, and it's all asked according to the data. And direction 41 to 52, we'll keep this as one part. So because as we have to discuss with all the other topics, so then only we can come here. Okay, so what to do and what not to do with this. Direction 41 to 52, so this is a very important question. So this, if you understand, see, you can see here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9 10 11 12 questions are there from the number series itself. Missing number series in the sense, it is not like the normal number series that you see in the reasoning. This is like, you know, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, Bond-Morse rule, like that you have got no, with respect to, just a minute, sorry for the distraction. Answers are also here. No, not a problem. 100 questions. Okay, 100 question, 100 marks. Correct. 100 question, 100 marks. One question, 1 mark. Okay. Yes. So 12 questions you got from this number. This one on the simplification and all others ones you've got it. Right. You've got it right. So we have to work with this concept, which is helping us in a very easier way. So you are getting 12 marks from this directly. Okay, direct agi you are getting 12 marks from this, and one question. This is the quadratic equation, which you can tell it as 13. And they usually follow this pattern. So because many of them you can see, I just checked with the syllabus in many of the portals like, you know, Career Power, this ATA and other places. But one thing what happened was in I could see in one website that they had mentioned trigonometry also there in the syllabus. But please do understand, I actually, as far I have seen, trigonometry is not included in any of the exams, though, you know, any of the exams excluding RRB and SSC. RRB and SSC, they have trigonometry, but in banking, insurance sector and others, they don't have trigonometry. I hope in mains they might, but in prelims I have not seen anywhere. Okay, in prelims I have not seen anywhere. I don't know about banking sector, but in prelims I have not seen no trigonometry concepts in these types of exams. But yeah, so they have mentioned, I don't know why, but let us follow this schedule itself. And so here this is train is running. This is the train problem. Okay, this is also easy. We will be teaching this. This is the train problem. So yeah, 10 problem, and this is simple and compound interest problem. So simple and compound interest, if anybody is finding it completely difficult, it is too lengthy, I don't understand, Andre, you can just leave it off without fail. And what I wanted to tell is, please try to understand. If you're finding any concept difficult, leave it off. Even when studying, leave it off, because if you don't plan, then you will be the loser, then 100% loser, because I have seen, I have experienced why many failing government exams is because they don't have a lack of planning, with especially lack of planning. And especially in exam, what do? They start doing all the questions, whatever the questions are present, they try to solve it, but it is not. If any question is wrong, negative marking will affect you a lot. It will affect you a lot. So if you don't want to get affected from the negative marking, I kindly request you to eliminate few things which is finding very difficult to you. Don't just waste time in learning also, because if your exam is too close or too near, then I kindly request you not to work it out without fail. Okay, so you need not to get stressed. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ನನಗೆ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗದು ಬರದೇ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೆಷ್ಟೋ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀರ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗೂ ಟಾರ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಕೈಂಡ್ಲಿ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. Okay, and next, so we'll keep this as alternative, because as I told, it's, if anybody is feeling quite difficult, I feel it quite difficult, because just the normal formula doesn't work. You have to go deep into it. It's completely deeper topic. Fine. And the age and this thing is good. You can do it. This is easy, you can do it. If you learn the problems, what type of problems that we get, we can do it. I'm just discussing the syllabus now, a few in more detail, like what type of questions are coming, what and all to be done. I'll be just telling it in a simpler way, but in coming on with the topics, we'll learn more. Okay, this is pipeline system. Pipeline system is also good, you can do it. And I hope we got with some 13 marks out there. And this is one question 14, 14, 15, 16, and this is discount. Okay, discount, if we can understand, you do it. This is also included profit and loss, so we can do this. So if we can do this, this also will yield us 1. And this is the circle and rectangle mensuration topic. See, in mensuration topic, it is completely with respect to the circle, rectangle, triangle, and no, the cube and cuboid, and the this one, which one's triangles only, we have many types, that is isosceles, scalene triangle, equilateral triangle we having. And in the other, if you can consider the sphere, hemisphere, cone, cylinder, all those things you have to learn the formula, that is with respect to the area. For example, with respect to triangle, it will learn the area of the triangle, perimeter, and all others. And even in square and rectangle, area of the rectangle or square, perimeter of the square or rectangle. And with respect to the cylinder, we will learn with respect to the dimension. Each and every solid shapes is having their own formula, so supposed to learn all those. Okay, if you learn all those, at least you can try it with respect to the questions. Okay, so to see, understand what need to be found out, right? Here it's only a formula application, so they will be asking few of the things in the formula, and some things will be missing, that you have to find out. This might be the direct questions, not a big deal, you can get it one here. And we had some 12 marks, so we were 13, 14, 15, 16, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 17 in the quadratic equation there, and 18 marks is here. So this is profit and loss. Profit and loss is also having lesser formula we can do, and this would be 19, and this also is here 120, and this is 20. Okay, this is ratio. Ratio and proportion can be done 22. And 21 or 22 we get. And this is mixture and alligation. Mixture and alligation is having a formula, that also we can do it, but I'll be keeping it as extra. So we get some 21 or 22 marks. And read the information carefully and answer the following question. So okay, So this is a data interpretation. So this data interpretation is given in the form of a paragraph, and we are asked to discuss regarding what and all the questions are coming from this. That is, this is the ratio question. You have to find out the ratio, and here this is the more or less a percentage type of question, and this percentage, and this is how much more or less. You can take it directly by subtracting, and this is what I can say, starting from the this one. Which one? This is a reasoning topic. Okay, from quants we got some 22 or 23 question. So what I told you before, if you understand the ratio and proportion, if you understand the percentage, if you understand the discount topic, if you understand the average, the complete data interpretation is very much easier. Okay, so right now we are discussing this question paper is because many of them will study take randomly and study the questions randomly. So I don't want that to happen. Even whichever you are doing a degree, you are doing a PU, you are doing a 10th, or you are doing your any of the government exams, I kindly request you to first satisfy the question paper of that exam. If you understand the question paper of the exam, the pattern of the question paper, you can easily crack. That is what I have a habit. I see the question paper. I don't blindly, study with respect to the textbook. Okay, if you understand how the questions are coming for the exams, and those type of question I will be checking with the materials that I have, until and unless I don't study blindly. Okay, and many confusion happen to take place seeing many of the videos and others. So I kindly request you to main thing is satisfy the question paper. Okay, you satisfy the question paper first, then you can see with any of the videos, not a problem at all. Right, I'm not telling not to watch with the videos, but videos are very good actually. Now what they provide is also good, but one thing I wanted to tell is, before, before looking at the videos, kindly satisfy the question paper, kindly skim the question paper, kindly understand the pattern of the question paper, kindly understand the questions that are coming, and please do make sure that you work it out at it without fail. Okay, yes, and these are all the reasoning topic. Reasoning topic I don't want to discuss more. It is completely easier. Reasoning topic, we have this word wherein we are supposed to find out the second letter from the left of the meaningful word that you form from this word, and this is your blood relation. This is your blood relation, and this is your what I can say, the seating arrangement. So main thing I also find difficulty is the seating arrangement. Seeing seating arrangement, if they have given, okay, if they have given any of the information, so catch that information and start working out. See if they are given any hint for any letter. So for example, see A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H says it around a square table in such a way that four persons sit on each of the four corners of the table, and other four persons sit on the middle of the side. Idandre enu? So there is a square, and four persons sit on the each of the four corners of the table. ನಾಲ್ಕು ಜನನು ಒಂದೇ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂರಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? Not possible, right? So here this is one corner, this is one corner, this is one corner, and this is one corner. So come with the four corners of the table, and what I can say, other four persons sit on the middle of the side. So one person here, one person here, one person here, one person here. This is how the arrangement is going to take place. Okay, so to understand this arrangement, after understand this arrangement, if they are given any of the clue with respect to this, so D ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, C ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, A ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದಾಗ, so we are supposed to catch that clue and move forward, which helps us a lot. Okay, this actually takes a lot of practice. So I kindly request you, if you are attempting any of the section, please do see which is the most difficult part of the section. Most difficult in the sense it takes a lot of time. So then you have to omit that first, because you should not do that at the beginning. If that is consuming time, then you can't do other question, because from each topic you are getting 30 questions, remember, not 20 or 25. You are getting 30 questions and 30 question ಮಾಡಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ವಿಚ್ ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್, ನಂಗೆ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಈ ತಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಐ ನೋ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್, I can apply the formula and do, but I take a lot of time andre, please to omit that. Whichever you know, do it, then go back to that question and keep some time in doing it, because for every section it is for 30 question, 20 marks, sorry, 20 minutes. Fine. So please try to understand and abide by it. It's my humble request. Okay. Yes, humble request in the sense it's a very easier way, or else we will not, or else you will lose your time. And in this part, completely all the three sections are separate. One who is writing very new, this is the first time writing their exam, please understand the sections are separate and the sections are not combined, and you can't switch off the sections. English ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ನನಗೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರೋದು ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಸಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಸಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಔಟ್ ಟು any of the section and start working it out, but not here. Your 20 minutes of time is completely dedicated to one section itself. I hope you got it. Now let's move forward, and this is all you have to understand and do. This takes a lot of time. Work with, how to work with anta I'll tell you in the later stages. So if I tell it now, it takes a time. And okay, so here this is the numbers given, and you will ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ the difference between second digit of the highest number and third digit of the fourth lowest number. Don't get confused. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಗಳಿದೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ highest ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ, first highest ಇದೆನಾ, second highest is this, third highest is this, fourth highest is this, and fifth highest is this. You, in these types of questions, you should not leave. If you leave these kinds of questions, you are the loser. This will only fetch you marks. Reasoning and English will fetch you 20, 20, 40 marks if you learn properly. Then you can come to quantitative aptitude, right? Not 20. I'm sorry for the distraction. It's 30 Allah. So 30 questions, 30 marks, right? 60. It will lead to 60 actually. 100% it will yield you 60. So I kindly request you to start with the reasoning and English. So I'll be doing with reasoning and English only. Quants I will be taking one session every day, but reasoning and English will be doing every day in a good manner, because I want you all to get more marks, and it is from the reasoning and English that we can. Okay, if English is there, make use of English very well. Don't neglect that I know English. Even at my home, they say you know English, and don't just leave it off. It is not. It is like, what do we think? Oh, English takes a very less time for us. We know we do English anta. But if you see English as properly in today's context, English is completely a different one. Okay, English is upgrading. English words are upgrading. The way people speak is getting changed, and they use new words for the context that they were using before. Right? Things are upgraded. Idioms are come into existence. Many people speak idioms, right? Idioms are also good terms to explain things well. And they speak idioms, and they change words. And if you can follow up many of the accounts, they tell about how to speak, what they were speaking before and what now they speak after for these words. So you'll get to know how English is completely changing. So English should be the good one. Okay, so that is why. Fine. And see, this is the, okay, we're discussing here, right? Okay, so now what's the difference between second digit of the highest number and third digit of fourth lowest number? Second digit of the highest number is 754, second digit is 5, is it not? And third digit of the fourth lowest number, this is third digit, so this is 5 minus 8. This is the third digit, is it not? 5 minus 8. 8 minus 5 is what? 3, right? This is 3. So this is the answer. Don't just consider that. So they have asked to find out the difference between 5 minus 8, because second digit of the highest number is 5 and the third digit of the fourth lowest number is 8, which they have mentioned, which will give you minus 3 as the answer in general. But as minus is not that, you have got the value 3 alva. Don't just think that minus 3 at the kotila. So options are only wrong and that don't just take 3 is there, no, just mark it off. Fine. Okay. And so if we remove digits, even digit from each number in the series, then how many prime numbers can you form? So you know the list of prime numbers, so you can identify all the things. Like this question comes in, they can ask you any questions from this need type. And here this is one called as quality is the word, and you have to see all the vowels are changed to this succeeding letter. Vowels are changing it to the succeeding letter. What is the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Okay, so here you can see that, and making it big. Yes, so here you can see that this is U. Okay, this is A, this is I. Okay, you got it. U will be V, A will be B, because succeeding letter, succeeding and preceding and it is a backward, succeeding and it's a front one. So here it is V, and that A becomes B and that I becomes J, like that. And and all the consonants are changed to just the preceding letter. Consonants are preceding letter, and then what happens? Q will become P, L will become K, T will become S, Y will become X, right? And from this we have already done all the things, and then which among the following letters repeated after the arrangement, which letter is repeating? So here you can see that B is also not repeating, B is also not repeating, K is also not repeating, K is also not repeating. So therefore it has none of the letters are repeating. Like that they'll ask you the question. And this is also again question from what I can say the buying thing. Okay, you get questions from what you get questions from floor and flat arrangement, examination questions. So these set of students are having examination from Monday to Friday, and these sets of people lives on various floors. That is also the question given. And this is now from this is now a question from buying things. Okay, so I have to make a list of all the 8 persons and you have to see through who buys after whom. Okay, so this one you have to do. We'll discuss this in detail in the upcoming sessions. And this is conclusion. Okay, conclusion and statement and conclusion. So you have to do work it out. I hope this is I have seen in this exam. So statement and conclusion were there in TCS I have seen, but in other exams I couldn't see. But right now I am seeing it. Okay, we were having Venn diagram. Okay, Venn diagram, that is a syllogism topic was there, but this one I am seeing it here. So this is also one important. So we have to understand what is the statement, and we have to see the conclusions properly. So here also word comes into existence, and in the in the what I can say working with respect to the floor and flat arrangements and the puzzle sitting arrangement, the words are important. We'll be discussing that in detail. And these are the questions which you've got from how many questions? 86 to 89 is the same. So 90th question is this is very important. You can see in many exams, each of which has a many digits between them as they have in the number series. This is asked in many exams. So you're considering it in backward direction. You're not considering both in forward and backward direction. Okay. So here they are telling with respect to how many digits can be pair of the numbers can be found out. So pair of the number in the sense of, for example, if you can find out 56 andre naito. So 6 minus 1 is 5. So that means they have the uh, same digits, okay, in between them. That is very important, that you can see in many exams, don't miss it. And This one is studying the following table and answer the questions. Okay, this is very important. I have seen it in IBPS, no, officer exam as well as assistant exam. Also, I have seen this. This is very important. MD post, CEO, senior manager, and manager, PO, clerk, and typist. So, who is who? Is the question here. Okay, that you have to mention. Okay, now so you can make a line like writing from MD, CEO, senior senior manager, I'm sorry, manager, PO. This is also the same, so eliminated. This is not needed. Both are managers only, and clerk and typist. So like that you make a line starting from the highest to the lowest and mark who belongs to who. Okay, and you can answer this question. So these questions is not very difficult if you analyze the whole puzzle. Fine. Okay, and next question is, this is very easy. This type of questions they'll give you until if you eliminate some numbers or if you eliminate some alphabets or if you eliminate some symbols, what will be the this thing resultant. Okay, yeah, so here they're asking fourth element to the right of the sixth element from the left end of the given series. Here you can see from the right, from the left is there and to the right is there. So from and to have to understand this, we'll discuss in a deep manner. So I'll discuss this also well. And how many such consonants are there in the given series? See, which are immediately preceded by a number and immediately followed by a letter. So some consonants there, they are immediately followed and preceded by a number. Okay, symbols are this one. Okay, consonants. Consonants which is immediately preceded by a number and followed by a letter. So we can see that this is a consonant. This consonant should be preceded by a number and followed by a letter. Is it? This is preceded by a number followed by a letter. So number one. And again, no, because this is preceded by a letter but followed by a number. Like that, you have to check with all the consonants and get the resultant. And here they are given with respect to symbol. Symbol should be immediately followed and preceded by a number. If you can take the symbol, this symbol it is preceded by a number but not followed by a number. This symbol percentage is preceded by T but followed by 4. So no. Then again, this symbol. This symbol is followed by a symbol but not preceded by, sorry, followed by a number but not preceded by a number. So this is also wrong. So you have to check with all the symbols and find out. And this is 98 question over. 99 is some of the numbers which are between the fifth element from the left end and the 12th element from the right end in the given. So from the left, from the right end is there. So from the left, from the fifth element from the left and the 12th element from the right, and the how much numbers you get, you're going to sum it. Okay, and if the symbols are dropped from the given series, then which among the following element is third to the left of second even number from the right? So if we remove the symbols or if we remove the consonants, I told you before only, so if we do all the sorts of process, so what is the resultant? That means what they've asked, what you get, and that to tell. So these are all the things. And before leaving the session, I wanted to tell you most important thing. So study with the reasoning topic and study with the English topic in a well-mannered way so that you should not miss a single mark from this. Single marks ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹಾಳಾಗಬಾರ್ದು. You should not miss a single marks. Single marks ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ then 100% it is that. 100% it is that will get into a problem. So in these types of exams, your English is the booster. Okay, GK you might say it's a booster, but GK is a very vast topic which you have to study the whole day. ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಮೂರು ತಿಂಗಳಾದ್ರೂ ಮುಗಿಯಲ್ಲ GK ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ, because GK is completely starting from 6th standard to 10th standard and will be having lots of things from the current affairs. Current affairs, how much you remember? Current affairs in 6 months, it's completely high, right? So GK is good, but the topics are vast. You have to study everything without miss. You can't predict from which part of the topic they target and give you. I'm sorry, which part of the topic they target and give you answer. So I don't want that to happen. That is why if you get reasoning and English, please catch out with that. So I would be doing English every day, reasoning every day. Quants I would be doing the alternative days so that it will be helpful for you all. So we'll concentrate with reasoning and English. I have also taken a motto of this, and I would be doing the same motto, following the same motto, so that at least let 60 marks come into hand, right? Let 60 marks come into hand. And one more thing to tell, cutoff depends upon how students have attempted the exam. Don't generally check out with the last times cutoff and say that this is the same cutoff that we are getting. How do they check with the cutoff or keep the cutoff as how they have given the paper, how the students have attempted, how they have given the paper, that is left to those people. But one thing is how the student attempt the paper, and they check with who's the highest, and then they give the cutoff. Cutoff they'll mention according to the question paper also, as well as how the students do it, right? According to the mainly according to the question paper, they keep the cutoff. If the question paper is easy, I hope cutoff might be high, because they know that everybody can attempt the question paper. But if the question paper is difficult, I hope less number of cutoff will be there. So and cutoff also depends according to the categories also, which category you come and say general category or unreserved category, and say resort category, all those things. So according to them also you get it. So you have to abide by this, and please do make sure that you follow it up. Anybody working for RBI assistant exam, or anybody working for any competitive exam, anybody working for any assistant exams, if you learn one assistant exam, the same pattern goes off with all other assistant exam that you encounter. So the level, if you study the assistant exam level, all assistant exam will have the same level, no changes of level, because assistant level is always an assistant level. Officer level, they'll go with most higher things. Okay, yeah. So this is what is all for today in the Health. From tomorrow, let's start with listening classes, and let's start with English classes in the Health. I'll be winding up the session, students, and I kindly request you all to support for this new journey, because this journey I wanted to help for all students from Karnataka who struggle to understand these concepts in a well-mannered way, because I could see that many of them are Hindi lecture series. What I used to do is I was not that used to Hindi, and I used to go to YouTube, check with subtitles, and go with Hindi auto generated English so that I understand things and that. So that is why I thought